And welcome to another episode of Kentucky Brew Review. I'm Steel Reserve.
Special K, and tonight we're doing Absolut Vodka Soda, Grapefruit, and Rosemary. It is 5% alcohol by volume.
And 97 calories.
It is.
Good job.
No sugar added, and it's a product of Canada. Absolut Vodka is good enough. Vodka.
I like how you said before we started recording, it's like, I can remember this stuff and then instantly forgot.
To be fair, we
had that big boy.
We always review at least, you're not going to, but I'm going to be reviewing at least 30 or 40 things tonight. So,
which means Brian Radar is reviewing at least 24.
I do get the rosemary in there. It smells sort of like... It smells good, actually. I kind of like it. It kind of works with this. The rosemary is very subtle, but it's there, and it's just very grapefruit. It smells great. I mean, very carbonated.
Yep.
How sweet? All right, before you taste it, how sweet do you think it's going to be? Because we don't know the sugar level on here, but it does say no sugar added and 0 carbs.
I'm gonna go medium range.
So you think it's going to be definitely above a seltzer?
Yes.
You think it's going to be like Mountain Dew level?
No.
Somewhere in between there?
No. Like diet soda level sweetness.
You think it's going to taste like a Coke Zero or something?
Yeah.
I think it's going to have this artificial sweetener in it too. Even though it says it doesn't say anything about artificial sweetener on it. I mean, it probably does have it. All right. If you don't understand what these are, so a lot of stuff that you buy at the grocery stores are seltzers. Those are made by a fermentation process, meaning they make it the same way beer does. They ferment the grain turns into alcohol, and then they use that to make the beverage. These are, they take soda, they take vodka, put it in a can, boom.
Bada bing, bada boom.
So, and a lot of states don't allow anything with hard liquor in it to be sold at grocery stores or gas stations, so stuff like this typically have to be sold at liquor stores. It really depends on your state, but I think that's generally kind of how it is in most states in some form. So, enough talking. Let's taste it. That is not what I was expecting.
It's not sweet, but I can taste that rosemary.
You sure in the shit can. You know what it tastes like.
Rosemary.
I'm drinking a grapefruit seltzer, and I was also eating a pizza. That's what it kind of tastes like. I'm watching the pizza.
Dude, I'm not getting any grapefruit. I'm just getting all rosemary.
I'm getting grapefruit, but the rosemary is pungent. I'm not against it, but I think about 90% of people would probably be turned off by the rosemary.
I'm turned off by the rosemary.
It's about as sweet as a seltzer, so there's no sweetness there.
Yeah.
Grapefruit is behind the rosemary. The rosemary is up front. Then it goes grapefruit, then nothing.
No, then it goes back to rosemary.
You think so?
Oh, at least that's how it's going for me. I'm getting rosemary, grapefruit, back to rosemary.
I don't hate it.
Well, I don't hate it either.
I mean, the flavor...
I don't like it.
The flavor's relatively clean. There's no funk in it.
It's a clean flavor, yes.
Other than, your rosemary and your grapefruit.
I'm just not a fan of this.
That's fair. I'm going to go ahead and rate this one. And the rosemary, I can see it's off-putting to a lot of people. I think it is a little too pungent for this particular beverage. I think it should be turned down. It should be a little bit more subtle. That being said, this is just a seltzer. Instead of saying vodka soda, they should have said vodka seltzer water, because soda implies that there's some sweetness to it. Cause water, doesn't soda water have sweetness in it, and seltzer water?
Think so.
I don't know. I'm sure
I'm no expert on different types.
I would just assume that this would have been slightly sweetened, at least in my opinion. And I'm not talking Mountain Dew. I was just assuming there'd be a little bit of sweetness there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with 5.5. I don't think it's bad by any means. The rosemary, I definitely see being off-putting by a lot of people. If that rosemary was toned down a lot, I think it would go up there closer to 7 for me. But right now, as it is, 5.5.
I'm giving that 3.5.
It's fair.
The rosemary is very off-putting for me. It's overpowering. Yeah. I don't want I don't want rosemary when I'm drinking. Well, let's say, I'm eating something that has rosemary on it, and I wash it down with
if I
a
was
beverage.
Eating pasta, I feel like this is the only way that this would get a pass. Because you sort of already have that flavor in your mouth. And it might actually be a little bit of a palate cleanser.
But I'm not eating pasta right now.
Right.
I'm not eating anything right now.
The flavor in your mouth is like garlic bread or something afterwards. It's a little bit weird. It's like I ate some pasta, like with a rosemary heavy pasta. That's what it reminds me of. Because rosemary is not something you would at least something I put in drinks. Definitely don't put rosemary in drinks.
It's the first rosemary drink I've ever had, and now it'll be the last rosemary drink I ever have.
Never say never, because this is KBR.
That's true. That's true. I thought I'd never do a Mixing Madness again, and live Mixing Madness.
Hey, the way we do Mixing Madnesses now are far superior than the way we used to do them. Because you have to do like one or two a year, and and they're live. As opposed to doing one.
Yeah, but we should stop saying it because these people are going to start demanding them.
No, because nobody knows what a Mixing Madness is. By the way the fans work, there's maybe 50 old ones that might know what a Mixing Madness is, but none of the new people are. And there are still one or two Mixing Madnesses episodes I think that are still up the YouTube never flagged. I want to say there's at least one or two. I'd have to go back, but when they start flagging shit, we remove hundreds of videos. I can't really recommend this one.
Neither can I.
As far as a vodka seltzer goes, I mean, the flavors are pretty, there's nothing off-putting in there.
There's nothing really offensive, but that rosemary is just, for me at least, it's too overpowering.
It's too unique, and I think, it would be a turn-off to too many people, for sure. And I don't know why. I can't see why would you go rosemary.
I don't know.
I feel like, what other, cinnamon or something? Well, not in this particular one, but cinnamon is a spice you put in a drink, or nutmeg, or, coriander. I've never heard of any rosemary putting it into and I'm sure there's some fancy ass herbal cocktails with it in it,
but that's not what this is. This is in a can.
Mm-hmm. It's put there by a man.
Ain't no fanciness about this.
For sure. All right, Wheel. That has been our episode. If there's something you would like to see, you can leave a comment right there. Don't forget to hit that like button. I'm Special K.
I'm Still Reserve. Thanks for watching.
Let that mull over.